Japanese Tales, Genjo. In Emperor Murakami's reign, the biwa, Genju, suddenly disappeared. Since the musical instrument was one of the imperial family's greatest treasures, the emperor took its loss very hard. To think that Genjo had vanished during his reign. Perhaps it had been stolen, but if so, the thief would never be able to keep it. No one would have taken the instrument unless he had a special grudge against the emperor and wanted only to damage or destroy it. Hakuga no Sami, the renowned musician, was still grieving over Genjo's disappearance when, late one night at the palace, after everyone had gone to bed, he heard it being played somewhere to the south. How extraordinary! He thought his ears must be playing tricks on him, and he listened again. But no, it was certainly Genjo. Sami could hardly believe it. Without a word to anyone, he set out with a single page, passed the gate guard's headquarters, and left the palace grounds by the Suzaku gate. Genju was still somewhere in front of him. He started down Suzaku Avenue. It sounded as though the thief must be playing for his own pleasure in the lookout tower farther on. But no, that was still not it. At last Sami stopped under the Rushu gate at the end of the avenue. Someone was playing Genju in the gate's upper story. This was another mystery, because in a place like that, the player could hardly be human. Why, it must be a demon. The music stopped, and then began again. "Who's that up there playing Genjo?" called Sami. "His Majesty's been looking for it ever since it was missed, and tonight I heard it all the way up at the palace. I've come to get it." The playing stopped again, and then with a start Sami noticed something coming down from up there. It was Genjo, being lowered at the end of a rope. Sami nervously caught it and took it back to the palace. The emperor was tremendously relieved, but he certainly found it alarming that Genjo should have been stolen by a demon. As for Sami, everyone was very impressed with what he had done. Genjo was still an imperial treasure. It is like a living thing, for when badly played or allowed to gather dust, it gets angry and refuses to sound. And once, when the palace burned down and nobody rescued it, Genjo got out into the garden, away from the flames, all by itself.